Welcome to Starwatch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next. What if the secret to winning was slowing down? In 2025, Jingyi shocked everyone when she admitted her biggest misunderstanding about Wang Iba. She thought he would finally take a break after years of relentless work. But what she didn't expect was that his break would become the very reason he dominated the industry again. This isn't just a story about fame. It's a story about control, balance, and what happens when a man learns to master his own rhythm. Welcome to the Starwatch Now channel, your source for the most intriguing stories in Chinese entertainment. Today, we uncover how Wong Iba, once known for his icy coolness, has quietly built a legacy of strength and serenity, proving that sometimes, calm is more powerful than chaos. Jingyi once said, "My biggest misunderstanding about Wang Yibo was believing he would finally slow down." It sounded simple, almost casual, but behind those words was a quiet truth about how easily we misjudge stillness. After years of seeing him on every stage, in every film, and under constant spotlight, people assumed that a man like Wang Yibo could only live at full speed. So when he started to appear less frequently, when he spoke less and seemed to retreat from the endless noise of the industry, everyone thought he was tired, maybe even finished. But what they didn't realize was that he was not stepping back, he was stepping inward. In 2025, that silence began to speak louder than ever. Jingyi admitted she had thought his rest was a sign of exhaustion. Yet it became clear that it was a strategy of balance. Wang Iba had entered a stage where he no longer needed to prove himself through constant appearances. His energy, once scattered across a dozen commitments, was now channeled with intention. Every project he took on seemed to reflect a deeper layer of his personality. More grounded, more mature, more human. What people mistook for laziness was actually evolution. When Merchant Search wrapped, it wasn't just another role. It was the culmination of years spent refining his craft. When Peacekeeping Riot Control finally hit theaters after its long delay, it wasn't coincidence that it soared to the top of the box office. It was the patience of a man who knew the right moment would come. And when Wind Chaser dominated screens across Asia, audiences could feel the difference. It wasn't performance, it was presence. Jingyi's words remind us how we often equate movement with progress and stillness with stagnation. Yet Wang Iba's journey in 2025 dismantled that illusion. In learning to pause, he found momentum. In stepping away from noise, he rediscovered his own rhythm. He became the living proof that mastery is not about constant motion but about measured purpose. Sometimes, slowing down doesn't mean losing speed. It means choosing the right direction. And in doing so, Wang Iba showed that true dominance lies not in how much you do, but in how deeply you do it. Behind Wang Iba's seemingly calm exterior lies a year built on quiet brilliance. In 2025, while the entertainment world chased trends and headlines, he created his own pace, crafting achievements that spoke louder than any publicity campaign could. Each success felt deliberate, not driven by pressure but by precision. When Merchant Search was released, it wasn't merely another title on his resume, it was a showcase of his control, his ability to anchor a story with restraint rather than spectacle. Every frame carried a sense of quiet confidence, as if he no longer needed to shout to be heard. Then came Peacekeeping Riot Control, a film delayed for 3 years, tested by time and uncertainty. Most would have seen such a delay as a curse. Iba turned it into destiny. Its release during the May Day season was not just a comeback. It was a revelation. The film climbed effortlessly into the year's top 10, a triumph of endurance over impatience. For the first time, audiences and critics alike saw that the calmness he carried was not passive. It was powerful. It was the kind of calm that only those sure of their craft can possess. But his defining work of the year was perhaps Wind Chaser. The drama broke through the threshold of 10,000 heat points on Aichi, a symbolic number marking cultural impact rather than mere popularity. Across 27 episodes broadcast on dozens of TV stations, his portrayal resonated with both younger audiences seeking energy and older generations craving sincerity. What made it stand out was not just his performance, but his presence, a maturity that came from years of internal growth. Wong Iba's achievements this year were not born from restlessness but from rhythm. He no longer runs against time, he moves with it. There is a precision in the way he balances intensity with ease, ambition with mindfulness. Jingyi's remark that he is relaxed yet dominating captures this paradox perfectly. His success doesn't scream. It hums, steady and certain. In 2025, Wang Yibo taught the industry a rare lesson. That greatness does not need chaos to exist. True achievement, like still water, reflects depth only when it is undisturbed. And in that stillness, he has found his most powerful form. In a world that glorifies speed, noise, and constant visibility, Wang Iba has become an emblem of balance, a living reminder that peace can coexist with greatness. His presence in 2025 feels like a quiet rebellion against an industry obsessed with hustle. Where others race to stay relevant, he stands still with purpose, yet somehow moves further ahead. His calm is not the calm of silence. It is the calm of certainty, the stillness that comes when one has learned to listen to themselves amid the chaos of applause. What sets Wang Yibo apart is his discipline, a kind of inner order that guides every move he makes. He trains not just his body but his mind. Racing, tennis, golf, and other pursuits that demand precision and patience. These aren't hobbies. They are reflections of his philosophy. Every race lap and every swing is a conversation between control and instinct, mirroring how he lives. That balance carries into his artistry. When he performs on stage, whether it's at the New Year's Eve gala or during a dance showcase, there is a rhythm in his restraint, power wrapped in grace, confidence without arrogance. Then came that iconic moment in Paris, the Olympic torch held in his hand, a symbol of both national pride and personal triumph. The world watched as he accidentally lifted the Chinese flag, a spontaneous gesture that captured the sincerity behind his composure. It wasn't rehearsed or polished. It was real. In that fleeting moment, people saw not a celebrity, but a man deeply connected to the meaning of what he represented. It became a reminder that humility, too, is a form of strength. Wang Yibo's balance is not about avoiding extremes. It's about harmonizing them. He embodies a new kind of success, one measured not by the noise he makes, but by the peace he maintains. His calm is contagious, a reassurance to anyone struggling under the pressure of ambition that it is possible to strive without breaking, to rise without rushing. In every appearance, he teaches that balance is not the absence of movement, but the art of moving with intention. In that quiet steadiness lies the rarest kind of power, the kind that lasts. Away from the flashing cameras, Yibo's heart seems to belong to the world itself. He has filmed documentary-style projects across snow mountains, deserts, and the endless Gobi, exploring the limits of nature and his own endurance. He once said, in exploring new realms, the more you see and experience, the more meaningful your life becomes. At 28, he doesn't call himself a superstar or a legend. He says he's just beginning to climb. That humility, that endless curiosity, is what truly sets him apart. For many fans, Wang Yibo represents more than just an idol. He embodies the modern ideal of controlled freedom, a person who knows when to push forward and when to breathe. In a culture that worships hustle, he reminds us that peace is not weakness, and rest is not surrender. He's shown us that success doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers, through consistent effort, self-discipline, and faith in one's own timing. Jingyi's confession revealed the truth. Yibo isn't slowing down. He's leveling up, quietly, gracefully, and powerfully. So what can we learn from Wang Yibo? Perhaps the greatest victories are won not in chaos, but in calm. He teaches us that true power isn't about chasing every opportunity. It's about choosing the ones that align with your purpose. And maybe, just maybe, the real secret to success is to breathe. If the story moved or inspired you, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us continue bringing you the most heartfelt stories from the world of Chinese entertainment. Stay inspired, stay balanced, and remember, your journey is just beginning.